All right, let's check in with forewarned meteorologist Daniel McFarland in for Matt Brode. You have been very busy today, Daniel. Those winds definitely not helping out that hazmat situation, that's for sure, on the I-10.
No, definitely not. Consistent winds, almost 30 miles per hour. Strongest wind gusts today, 43. It's really a terrible day to have something like
maybe
that.
In some ways it would help disperse some of that gas that was in the area. We can only hope that it's not an issue at this point.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. So it's not just going to be staying over there. It's going to be blowing everywhere.
Good and bad, who knows?
Yeah, exactly. I think you're probably right.
The experts know better than we do.
That's for sure. But I mean, it is better to see it go away a little bit faster, definitely. And out there with those current wind speeds, you can still see they're very strong across the area, in between about 20 and 25 miles per hour. If you look at the west side and the foothills, they look a little bit lower, at least where they're measured. But keep in mind, if you're in some of those more exposed areas, you are looking at the strong winds that you're seeing in other spots as well. Now, as far as this evening's concerned, no changes. Still strong winds for us. Gusts as high as 40 to 45, even as late as 7, 8, 9, 10. All these times right here are going to be having a lot of strong winds moving on in, and they'll be clearing up by about 2 a.m. at least for Tucson. I think if you're over in Cochise County, those winds are going to continue on into the early morning hours tomorrow. The next thing we're tracking is a front that will be moving through with that first chance of rain at around 10 p.m. or so. But if you're tracking the snow, that's going to be waiting a few more hours. You have to get closer towards the mid-30s at least for snow to develop, and of course it has to be at or below 32 degrees to actually have a chance to stay out the ground. Now, as far as Tucson's concerned, I do think some of this snow you see closer towards Safford will be down into the city, and as far as those amounts are concerned, we might actually have some pretty decent values here across the area. So the mountains obviously going to be the big spot we're tracking. Now, I do think in between about 6 and 18 inches will be possible depending on where you are in the mountains. Obviously the top of the mountains expecting a whole lot more. Cochise and I even say Santa Cruz County as well, between about 1 and 2 inches. And if you're anywhere around Tucson, maybe a quarter of an inch of snow could be falling, which is going to be obviously very nice and hopefully sticking to the ground for at least a little bit. But if we do have some that sticks to the ground, it will be gone, however, by about 8 a.m. or so, because the sunlight's going to be coming out. And that's really going to melt anything that we did see develop across the area. So 49 for a high with sunny conditions for Wednesday afternoon, 56 on Thursday, and then you're warming all the way up to about 73 degrees by Saturday before that next rain chance moves in on Sunday and Monday. Low temperatures are going to be very cold for the next couple days, but they should be right back into the 40s by the end of the weekend.